Hey y'all, Kentucky Farmer here, and welcome back to the 18th episode in this FS17 Courseplay tutorial series. Last episode in this series, I covered how to do bale wrapping with Courseplay, and in fact we've still got that tractor out there wrapping bales. In this episode I want to cover how to use the auto stacker with Courseplay. Alright, so to get started, we just need to bring up Courseplay, select Fieldwork Mode, go into our Manage Courses tab. We need to load the Rake 14 meter course, which is the course that we use to rake this field and then subsequently bale it and wrap the bales. So we'll load that, and then we're going to merge in the offload bales at cows course. And now if you remember from the last video, the bale wrapper automatically put a tool offset of 2.5 meters. This one didn't detect the tool offset, but for this one, because the pickup's on the right hand side of the tractor, we'll do a 2 meter left offset. So that moves the tractor over far enough that the pickup arm is actually under the course. But the other problem is when the wrapper picked up the bale, it picked it up from underneath the course, wrapped it, and then dropped it to the left of the course. So we also need to offset our lane. So to do that, we're going to do a 2.5 meter lane offset to the left. And for this, you do not want to do symmetric lane change because it's always going to be offset to the left, right? It's not on the left when we're heading this way and on the right when we're heading this way, right? So 2.5 left lane offset, 2 meter left tool offset. We'll start up our tractor, and then we can tell it first waypoint, drive course. And the other thing we're going to need to do here is dial down our field speed. This 14's too fast. We got to give time for the trailer to, you know, put the arm back down and move the bales or whatever it needs to do before we get to the next bale. So you gotta finish this whole sliding animation and get that done before you get to the next bale. So it looks like we could probably go a little bit faster. There we go, that's pretty good. Okay, so now it's just going to run this course until it's full, and then it's going to head back to the barn over by the cow area and unload itself. Now, one more thing I wanted to change here is we want to do turn on field deactivated. Alright, so now that it's full, it's going to drive back to the barn and unload these bales. And you can see when we get to this waypoint here, it's going to automatically do the unload. Now you can see what I was talking about earlier, how this will be a problem, because once these are unloaded here, it's going to go back out into the field and start picking up more bales. But when it comes back through here, these are now going to be in the way. So what I'm going to do in this example is I'm going to grab this Kramer and I'm going to see if I can get these moved before it comes back over here. This is a bit of a short course, so I didn't give myself a whole lot of time to work with here. Whoop, lost one already. Alright, I got the bales unloaded, and it looks like just in time because here comes our tractor with the next load of bales. So I'm actually going to intercept this, and then before it gets over here, I'm just going to say step driver. And So as you can see, one of those is still a grass bale, not a silage bale. It looks like our wrapper missed it, but our collector got it. So since I stopped this, what I can do is I can just back this in here, and I can tell it to unload myself. And we'll unload those there. And then I'll kind of just come back around here. And then we can say current waypoint and drive course. And now it'll just continue on its course here. And it's going to head back out in the field and pick up more bales. So those are kind of your two options to use if you're going to store the bales. And it's up to you, whichever you prefer. You know, if you're really particular about how the bales get stacked, then maybe you just want it to bring them and drop them in the yard, and then you can use the front loader to put them there. Or if you are bad at stacking bales, then maybe you want to intercept it so that you can tell the trailer where to unload so that you don't have to stack them. And the only other thing that you can do, the only other option you've got here is you can, if you're just selling the bales, you can do a sale course where it unloads in the sale trigger, and then the bales will auto sell when it unloads, so then the next time it drives through, obviously there won't be anything in its way, so you can do that pretty much unattended. So I'm actually going to stop the driver here, and let's clear this course out. And then I'm going to go ahead and record a sale course that takes us over to the barn at the main farm and sells them over there. So we're just going to come to the corner like we did with all the other ones. We'll start course recording. And I'm just going to head off this way. So it's going to be a little bit of a long drive, so I'll fast forward through this part here. Alright, so then once we get to the barn, we just pull right on into it here. And when you're in the middle of it, just hit your set weight point, and that will let it know that that's where you want it to sell the bales or unload the bales. And then we just keep driving out of here. And now I just have to head back to the field. Alright, then we come back over here. And we'll stop the course, and I'm going to save this one as sell bales. And we can clear this course out. So we'll come over here to the Manage Courses tab, and we need to move our Sell Bales course into the F28 folder. And then we want to load the Rake 14 meter course, and then merge in the Sell Bales course. And then we want to check that we still have our 2.5 left and our 2 meter left. That looks good. And then we should be able to just come back out here, kind of where we left off, and then simply tell this to start at the nearest waypoint and drive course. Alright, so now this is going to go through, it'll pick up another load of bales, and when it's full it should drive it to the farm and sell them at the barn. Alright, well, it looks like we got ourselves in a little bit of a problem there with the with the loading arm getting hung up on the barn. Kind of thought everything inside the barn was non-clippable, but I guess not. So the other thing you could do, if that is an issue, you could move that there. You could set your weight point at a different position. So I had the waypoint right there, which means that that arm was hitting that post. But if I set my waypoint right here, it probably would have worked a little bit better. As long as it, you know, the bales would still be inside that yellow and black box there, and it would have given room for that arm to go down. Alternatively, you could pull through to right about here, and you could have done the unload right there, and it would have given it room to work and unload into the box. But you get the point. So that is how you can use Courseplay to automatically load and transport bales from the field and either sell them or store them. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you please give it a thumbs up? That helps a lot. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And if you're new to Courseplay or new to my channel, I'll put a link in the video description to my Courseplay tutorial playlist. I've got quite a few Courseplay videos out there and more to come over the next few weeks, so be sure to subscribe for notification of those new videos. I'm Kentucky Farmer. Thanks for watching.